Thank you for watching part 13 of the playthrough for the Outer Worlds 2. We've been running all around this galaxy trying to build trust with all these different factions because I guess we want them to work together. That's been a huge pain in the ass. Now we have to go chat with one of our crew members about killing some cultists and see if she has any, problems with that. Hopefully she doesn't, because it will help the Order trust us. Where could she be? Hey, Asa, can I talk to you for a sec?
Commander.
I have some questions for you.
Such as?
Actually, why is it not letting me talk to her?
Still too many corporate bootlickers drawing air around here for my taste.
I want to get your opinion on the crew.
Who exactly?
What the hell? What's going on? I thought we were supposed to talk to her, but, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, all right. Guess we're gonna clear them out.
Malefactor ahead.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Then focus on the weaknesses.
I sense scum and close.
Back and scared. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Self-preservation a priority. Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Revive me.
Commander. Combatant scanned. Torpificator at ready status.
Find the hostile.
What am I doing? I'm just running around here.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Enemy moving into harm's way. From
I would not refuse medical support.
You have my thanks and my hammer.
Thank you, dear.
You're welcome, Marisol.
Stay your execution.
I have a fix.
I am loath to admit I require medical assistance.
Go for torpification. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
How many of these damn cultists are there?
You have my thanks and my hammer.
Yeah, your hammer ain't doing shit. You keep getting killed.
Prosecuting!
Combatant scanned.
Guys, we just murdered a bunch of people. A very serious case of negativity. This morning I found Proctor Turing cryptically slumped before his desk and an enigmatic look on his face. "Proctor," I said, "you appear really negative today. What is the root of this dour expression?" "It is my book of equations," he replied. "It says it is of absolutely no value because it suffers from a plethora of problems, yet has no solutions." "Oh, that's easy to solve," I said with a smile. "Just remind it that for every 2 negative things it tallies about itself, the rest of us only see a positive equivalent." Solving the conflict around Chantry seating. It has come to my attention that a certain amount of ruckus has occurred over the seating in the Chantry. While it is true that studies have found those occupying the third pew reliably perform 0.15926% better than others in their cohort, we may not allow our personal desires to succeed to create strife within the whole. Therefore, effective immediately, every seer will maintain a rotational roster of their lecture and laboratory participants, ensuring each person receives a co-equal 3.14 hours in those pews before any individual is allowed to repeat. This rotation shall be continued ad infinitum. This should put an end to the irrational number of conflicts that have been occurring around those issues. Seer Putnam. Heavy machine gun, huh?
That contrivance appears to be of a Rift cultist design. Perhaps Azza could enlighten us to its function.
Yeah, well, Azza is going to be pretty pissed off that we did this, I think. Oh, they better trust us now after what we just did for them. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I always find I work best when undistracted. One could say I find the cultist at Newton quite the interruption to my focus. Now, how might we be of use to one another?
You have a spy in Laplace's garden. Her name is Persephone Doyle.
The purveyor of convictions? Not possible. She's too public.
She asked me to collect a water sample from the treatment plant for Sub Rosa.
Sub Rosa? Here? If that's true, it is especially troublesome. The Order has enough problems without dealing with those brigands. Though it chagrins me to be unable to help, you should speak with Laureate Beckett. Delicate matters such as this are more his purview than my own. If there's nothing else so pressing to discuss, I'd like to return to my work.
Newton's clean. Not a cultist still alive over there.
I shall allow myself a moment of relief. Moment passed. I'd hoped killing the cultists was its own reward. But you may also take this. You've proven yourself well, but we have recently experienced a pivotally important, unforeseen development. One I must meet directly. Can I count on you?
Oh my god, let's hear it.
One of the satellites comprising the Hyperion web was struck by a wayward craft and crashed on Paradise Island. I need someone to recover an informational component from it.
What's the Hyperion Reticulum?
The web is an order-crafted network of information collection satellites. Our would-be Protectorate overlords squandered them as glorified surveillance devices. We actually implanted a back door in the web to bring it back under our control, should a circumstance like this arise. But we did not foresee certain Protectorate modifications. But let's not speak of that. Find a way past the Protectorate at the crash site, collect the data, and return it here. Violence is likely, but perhaps you'll find an alternative.
Oh, God. Any ideas on how I might be able to solve this without violence?
Only theoretically. The Protectorate guarding the site will be anything but welcoming. You'd likely need to find something, or someone, to wrest their attention away from you. I cannot say how that might be accomplished, unfortunately. Some of our scholars find answers to their solutions at the CAF integration point. Perhaps you might do the same. Collect the data from the crashed site and return it here. May the odds prevail against your bloody demise.
Oh my goodness.
I believe our group's combined efforts are in direct accordance with the plan.
Azo, she's going to find out about us killing all those cultists? Oh, what if we would have taken her? Would she have been able to problem solve, I wonder? So we didn't have to do that. Tristan's useless. I got sick of being patient.
I'll handle this. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Fortificator is charged. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
The satellite is deeply damaged, but its data cartridge has remained intact. This data from the crashed satellite appears unintelligible to you. Hopefully the Order will be able to decode it. Hey, Niles. Can we modify this, you
Futures
think?
filled me with dread for so long, but now? Can't believe I'm actually starting to be excited about what might come after all this is done.
Cool. Hey, listen, I need to take advantage of your engineering skills again.
Sure, always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Appreciate it. All right, so head back to the ship. Oh no, look at all those dead cultists. We killed cultists and retrieved a satellite. They better let me talk to the boss lady. I'm not going to run around for 3 years helping them, and they're like, oh, you know what? No, there's actually, Arbad, there's one more thing you could do. Deja vu. Pretty sure I've done this 3 times in the last 20 minutes.
Hey! Only security personnel are permitted in this building.
Yeah. Hold your horses. Wait, no, that's not what you say. All right, I'm back again.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now, how might we be of use to one another?
Crashed satellite found. Information retrieved. Here you go.
Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for what their purpose should have been. Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet.
Look, I think I've more than proven myself. I need to meet with the presiding bishop now, if that's no trouble.
Yes. You've earned not only my trust, but the Order's as well. I hope you'll continue working with us in the future. I've informed the presiding bishop you're coming to speak with her. She can be found in the room off the main stairwell. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know. Be on your very, very best behavior.
Yeah, you too. All right, melee I need to upgrade so I can get the extra gun slot. $10 for speech, so I should be a charming rapscallion.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I wouldn't be here if I didn't have faith in the Order's vision for Arcadia.
Faith is trust without evidence. You deserve far more than that. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future.
Okay. Well, sorry that I hesitated. It's an honor to meet you, Bishop.
I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who its recipient would be. But I trusted the plan. And lo and behold, it provided you as the solution. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement.
I mean, I'll accept a trophy too if you're handing them out.
Sorry to disappoint. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. It's recently come to my attention that secret communications have been exchanged between Laplace's garden and the undisputed claim. Do you know anything about that?
Look, I'm working with Guardian Alden to negotiate a truce between you and Auntie. That's it.
I should have known. Vicar Levin has made this appeal to me at least thrice since his return. He really cannot accept a solution he did not devise.
Look, I consider you a wise leader, okay? Wise enough to see the potential benefits here.
Wise enough to recognize the perils, too. But the right course often involves remaining open to new possibilities. I will put the question to you one final time. Are you certain you would rather pursue this path than work exclusively with the Order? There will be no future option to reconsider.
I'm sure. I just want you guys to work together so I don't have to keep killing people all the time.
Then I will endeavor to bring that vision to fruition, if the plan wills it. A true in-person meeting between myself and Auntie could never take place due to the security risks. But perhaps a remote conference could be a viable alternative. The odds of you persuading Auntie Cleo to agree are unfavorable. But the math does improve if you have greater standing within her corporation.
Yeah, I'll do whatever it takes to earn an audience with her.
Once you have met with Auntie, instruct her to send me a communique. We can finesse the details of a conference then.
All right, before I go, can I ask you some questions?
My time is yours, for the moment.
How does one become presiding bishop of the Order?
Oh, the Laureate Council simply draws a name out of a hat.
What? That doesn't seem very scientific.
No? Go figure. In reality, I was recommended for my position by the preceding bishop. Paired with my skills as a seer, I was the natural choice when it came time for the council to vote.
So it sounds like you were anointed more than elected.
Thank you for that charitable assessment. My predecessor, presiding Bishop Orlo, and I had a close working relationship. He knew I possessed the skills and temperament for the role. I counted him a friend. Orlo shared with me his doubts about the Order's partnership with the Protectorate, the compromises made. He had many such regrets at the end of his life.
Yeah, facing annihilation tends to have that effect on people.
It is humbling indeed to confront one's own mortality. We must all assess our individual contributions to the plan before the final class lets out.
You went to a lot of trouble to recreate Eden's conditions here on Cloister. Why?
Call it proof of concept. Laplace's garden is more than its aesthetic. It offers a vision of a future free from the despotic rule of narrow-minded jingoists, where the fruit of the plan can finally ripen. It saddens me to see the garden so despoiled by our wartime presence. But with the loss of Spirton, necessity dictated we quarter here in the interim.
All right, well, thank you for taking the time to indulge my curiosity. I'll see you around.
May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
Failed to cite her work completely. I worked with presiding Bishop Orlo, you know. Now there was a serious scientician.
Stop trying to start shit, Marisol. Does this guy want to talk to me or
Be
what?
the statistical exception to the natural
Guess not.
state of entropy in the universe.
Yep. Statistical exception. 'All right. Speak to Auntie. Oh, break the strike. Let's do that. Break the strike. %, magazine size. Enemies you hit with your attacks become marked, causing companions to prioritize them and decrease the damage they deal to the party. Scales with speech skill. Lead with confidence. Task your enemies to flounder and fail. Task your allies to kill them. Let's mix it up a little bit, I guess. I mean, it's not really mixing it up. Azza, I haven't even selected her yet, but she creeps me out. So, yeah, not interested in her right now. Plus, I killed her cult friends. How the hell? Oh, wow.
Combatant scanned.
No suspects in sight.
So go find him, for God's sake.
No combatant on my scopes.
None shall stand against us.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. On their weaknesses.
About to enter territory controlled by Anti's choice. Act accordingly, or you'll end up as close friends with the inside of a raptor.
Fair enough.
You there.
Who's this?
You came from outside the camp, didn't you? Do you have a minute to take a job? For science, of course. Interested in work? Or was the allure of helping to advance science and being paid for it too much to resist? I'll get right to it then. I need someone to bring me a Gorvid egg.
I mean, I like bits. Count me in.
Stars. I'm glad to have found someone who knows not to waste time jawing when scientific advancement is at stake. Some people just don't know the importance of biological research. I sent my assistant off to the north with a tracking device, hoping he'd lay hands on a Gorvid egg. I desperately need that egg for my research. Could you bring me one? Oh, and bring back my assistant, too, if you find him with all his pieces still stuck together. He ain't much good for assisting in research if he's all torn up. Sound reasonable?
Yeah, I'm on it. Just don't even feel like asking her questions.
Laying siege to their own.
No more bottles on factory floors!
Seem capable
Time
of
for
cracking these
unlocked bathroom doors!
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the
Others
overseer
get
up
the
in her
exact
office.
same
Hey,
thing.
welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't
Thank
say
you.
I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause?
I'm actually here to talk to the overseer. Do you know where I can find her?
That spiteful little cur. She's up in her office imagining new ways to make us miserable. But you're gonna need to find a different way in. She's locked the doors to keep us out. Honestly, we just want to eat, sleep, and relieve ourselves on a reasonable schedule. But the damn overseer, I think she's getting rich off of breaking our backs.
Well, I've been sent to help someone to head inside and try to get this resolved.
I ain't sure how you're gonna get in. This door is barred from the inside, and I don't think there's another way in on the ground floor. That's right, folks! Keep the chanting going!
We don't want to make
demands,
demands, but no
definitely
bottles
making
and
her
cans.
Okay.
It reeks of corporatist in here. Or perhaps a sprat has perished elsewhere in events.
Maybe. No one's watching me. I can steal this stuff.
Machines have been off for a week. Can't believe what I'm losing on adrenatime and antifizzo's numrum.
Good evening.
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for adrenatime!
Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands today. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator from home office? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule and is making me look quite the fool.
Well, I'm here now. Tell me what you know.
Some ne'er-do-wells have incited our workers to halt all work. They've taken to making demands and carrying on about basic dignity and human rights. It should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice. And if we were still in Tau Ceti, they would face grave consequences. Nevertheless, here we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to.
All right, how do we do it? How do we break this strike?
You're asking me? That
Yeah.
clearly is your domain. Running this invaluable facility on Auntie's behalf is mine. As a managerial administrativist, and when I say I, it is critical that you understand that, as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear?
No. What's clear is that it was actual Auntie's Choice executives that sent me here.
Well, there's no call for rudeness. It's unnecessary, unprofessional, and distracts us from the important business that I have the direct authority to dispatch you upon. This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademarks and slogans. It is critical to keeping revitalized products on the shelf for consumers hungry for something new. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work.
Why? You know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but you've got guards. Why not just crack a few skulls? That should end them striking, right?
My workers are striking people now? How very alarming. We must resolve this before things get even further out of hand. We've only got a few guards, and they've got a lot of skulls. Plus, they may have made mention that if a ruckus starts, they'll make sure it includes me. So we're apt to try a parley first. That is, my team insists. They're very protective. They, cherish me. Yes, they cherish me.
All right. What do I do to get them back to work?
They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dummer. Dumbly? Dunbar. It's Dunbar.
Look, you don't know his name. You have this small of a crew, and you don't know their names?
If I'm honest, my gaze is purely focused up the ladder, not down it. I am a very important important upper, middle, lower manager, and the way I advance that status scantily involves learning the names and faces of my peons.
Okay. So you're saying their only value is to make you look good. That's what you're saying, right?
Their value is in providing their minuscule contribution to this mighty and prestigious corporation. And by providing their maximal effort, they allow me to ascend, vacating this position so that one of their undistinguished masses can fill it, thereby becoming distinguished.
Okay, that does make a certain kind of sense. What does their leader want? Do you know?
I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. They alter the generous terms Auntie offers, and so are egregious and should be rejected. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation so everyone can get back to work. That clear?
It's clear that I don't work for you, but I'll see what I could do.
Best of luck to you. Remember that your actions don't just reflect on you. You are also representing me, which is to say, you are also representing Auntie. Do us proud.
Oh, here we go. Guys, close the door. No one can see me, right? So I can steal this. Welcome, Relabelization Overseer Griggs. Messages. What do you mean they stopped working? I was confused and alarmed to receive your message. What do you mean they've stopped working? Have they been injured? Has the plant lost power? Are you out of inventory? Did Gorvids rip everyone's arms off? Nor do I understand what picket signs and a leader has to do with any of this. Please explain in detail. C.F. Pendergrass III, Vice President of Strategic Reconfiguration. It's been a full week. Nowhere in the illustrious history of Auntie's Choice has work at one of Auntie's plants ever ground to a halt for this long. Even the outbreak of necrotic crabble cankers at our immunosol factory only slowed production to 2 shifts a day. Get this juvenile uprising sorted before it matures into a rebellion. Immediately. Enough of your ineptitude. We're sending a specialist. Your general ineptitude and notable failure to get your workers back on task has been noted in your file. Were I you, I'd expect disciplinary action. In the meantime, we're sending a disruption ameliorator. I can't say that word. Ameliorator. Disruption ameliorator to untangle your bungling. Pray they can sort it out, or your next assignment transfer will make you wish you only had the cankers again. Overseer's logs. I've lost my connection. Putterwell, my guy in habitually honest appropriations, has apparently conked it. That selfish bastard probably didn't give 2 thoughts for the terrible position that leaves me in. Somehow I need to have the stuff shipped here without it being on Auntie's books. I guess I'm going to have to make a trip to the claim and try to meet some of the right people. Maybe I can find them in the bottom runger? Why aren't these sad sacks using more? My vending machines profits from Adrenatime ain't what they should be. My gut thinks whatever they're putting in the mix to try and keep people from going all scrappery is also making the effects last longer. And that's no good for my bottom line. Gotta put on some airs. Ugh! The claim is sending some specialists to get these ingrates back to work. I can't give them no chance to figure out what's going on. If they kill my grifting, I'll never retire. My best bet is to play like an executive and make it seem like Auntie and I are as thick as Borst and baked beans. If I can intimidate them enough, they won't look at anything too closely.
So a lone
Interesting.
individual benefits wholly, while the collective suffers? Why do they not simply kill her?
It's a very good question, Tristan. It's a very good question. Maybe they plan on it. What's this? This packaging stamper appears to be jammed. I don't have any of that.
If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates!
Okay, guys. All right, we do have some different armor options now. Mathematician's mantle. What's this one look like? Okay.
No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors!
Caller coming out.
Where is your...
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time!
Where's Dunbar?
If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates! We don't want to make but no more being in bottles and cans!
Haha.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days! If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates!
Auntie is the best choice.
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time!
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going.
We don't want
I can
to
see the
make
overseer up in her
demands,
office.
but
That's
no
right,
more
folks.
being
Keep
in
the
bottles
chanting
and
going.
cans.
I can see the overseer up in her office. Then we're definitely making her miserable.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
Where the hell is this guy?
No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked!
Found him. Excuse me.
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business.
Your business is why I'm here, Dunbar. Auntie's Choice sent me to help you settle your complaints.
Settle my complaints? How exactly you planning that?
By trying to mediate a middle ground, I guess. What exactly are your grievances?
Auntie's got to prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. What we've got now is, poor labor retention techniques? What's going on is, remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores worker safety and health concerns.
Right, that.
So your complaints are that you are being undervalued, unsupported, and mistreated.
Right. Exactly. The conditions under which Auntie extracts our labor is, unacceptable. They're egregious, even.
They work 20-hour shifts, which require stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the undisputed claim than it is here. And if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. Their 20-hour business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties.
How hard it is for them? Do you not work here?
No, I'm just a fellow underling suffering the corporate grind who saw the plight of these poor folk and needed to help them make a fair and reasonable deal.
That's right. Leo has been an absolute wealth of what's what. Without him, we would still be toiling
under the yoke of oppressive undervaluation due to monstrous mismanagement.
Right, that.
And what's in it for you, Leo?
Me? Why, my only motivation is...
Now hold it right there. We aren't here to talk about Leo. We're here to talk about what it's going to take to make us get back to work, right?
That's right. What's it going to take?
Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel-pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning.
Okay. By the way, are you kidding? All that would have felt like a vacation when I worked in a factory.
Yeah, well, of course you're gonna find it all ridiculous. You only care about what's best for Auntie. But there are demands all the same. Take them to Griggs.
Okay. I'm sure this will go well. All right, Griggs.
Welcome back, Ameliorator. Did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stoppage is madness? Are they ready to return?
Look, I've heard their demands and I think we can get them back to work.
So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privies and gilded sheets? To be spoon-fed crunch whenever their tummies rumble? 8-hour workdays?
They want their shifts shortened. They're demanding 12-hour workdays.
12-hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna do with the other half of the day? Lounge around the facility consuming air and water and power without compensating the company? I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud.
Look, offer 18. Give them a win and the higher morale will make up for a few lost hours.
I suppose that's true. It wouldn't take much to put enough pep in their proverbial step to make up for 2 lost hours. Their overall productivity might even improve. That would translate into more profit for the plant, which means larger bonuses for me, which should be more than enough to make up for the drop in hourly production. All right, you've convinced me. What else do they want?
They're asking for the Adrena time they take during the day to be free.
Free? Free? Nothing inside of Auntie's Choice is free. Law, nothing in life is free. Everything has a cost. Everything. Materials, labor, time, distribution, forced scarcity. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy.
All right, listen. It also breaks, between you and I did a little reading. It also breaks when your personal greed interferes with Auntie's bottom line, Overseer.
What in the void are you talking about? My greed is certainly doing no such thing.
I know you've been personally profiting off the forced Adrena time sales.
What? No, I would never. That's slander and or libel. And you can't prove a thing.
I read your terminal. The profits from Adrena time are going straight to your account.
Well, fuck. That's quite the rub, isn't it? All right, what do you want?
I want the workers to get the adrenatime for free and for me to get a fistful of bits.
Huh. I don't know why you would waste leverage on them, but I suppose you've got your reasons. All right. They'll get their adrenatime, and you'll get all the bits I got on me. Is there more they ask?
There's one more thing. It's very important for them that the bathrooms are left unlocked at all times.
They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard something so preposterous. Can you imagine how many bits that loss of productivity will cost us? What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paying for all manner of unprofitable shenanigans.
Do you actually believe they hold it in all day long? If they have to go, they're going to go somewhere.
Somewhere? Oh, that actually explains the odor in storage room 3. I never imagined they might be... I'll get the door unlocked immediately, and cleaning crews dispatched. What more do they want?
Look, I think that's everything. I'll take your responses to their leader and see what I can do.
Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good, but that would be downright farcical. There is nothing good about this situation. Please, just resolve it as quickly as possible.
If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulants! No more bottles on factory floor! Time for...
All right, I talked to the overseer, gentlemen.
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations?
Yeah. Let's discuss your working hours.
That's as fine a place to start as any. What did that tyrant have to say for herself? She willing to see reason?
I had some luck haggling with her. Your shifts will be reduced to 18 hours a day instead of 20.
Well, that certainly is disappointing. But I suppose we'll manage. An extra 2 hours off a day will make life a little easier, at least. What's next?
I negotiated terms for your bathroom access.
Excellent. What progress have you made?
She's convinced they should be free to use at any time.
Well, I can't begin to tell you what a relief that is. By which I mean, that's great news. It'll be such a load off. A most promising development. How go the other hurdles of the negotiation?
Well, I spoke to her about the adrenatime.
She willing to see reason?
Yep. She wasn't happy about it, but she's willing to agree. They're going to be free.
Free? Really? Why, I'd surely have lost that bet. I figured we'd ask for free and settle for wholesale. You're a miracle worker. Well, you have done exceptionally well by us, my new friend. With these new conditions, we'll return to work with vigor rather than dread. Thank you.
Damn! I really felt like I was close to signing all of you, and I needed that recruitment bonus. I don't know how I'm going to afford my hair creme now, but I'll get him next time. And he won't always have you working her angles for her. And her usual agents don't stand a chance against me.
Next time? Against you? What in law's name are you saying? Sometimes you talk so odd it don't sound like you're Auntie's choice at all. It don't matter. All that matters is my working conditions have just improved mightily. Thanks to you, stranger. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're gonna get back to work.
I suppose that passes for a happy ending among these corporatists. Excellent work, dear.
Thank you. Couldn't have done it without you. Actually, I could have. But looks like they're all getting back to work. Overseer, hey.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly, but I understand you did what you must. I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling of mild praise directly with Auntie. She will, no doubt, be excited to learn of my approval. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an adequate job. Under my keen supervision, of course.
Of course. Of course. All right. Go with Niles, Tomb of the Matriarch. Okay.
Arbiter Rao has been admitted to the ship. This unit will proceed with a Protectorate Welcome Protocol, which may include burning, prodding, and/or light electrical shocks. Agent Ibarra refers to this as somatic tolerance testing and really funny.
You're crazy.
Of time, as always.
Yep, that's us. Last minute.
Your arrival cannot be more timely. After the events of Paradise Island, I could think of no one more suited to conduct a surgical strike of this nature. I'm, glad to see you again as well, Niles.
Gotta say you had me worried. The message you sent sounded serious.
Then I composed it accurately. To the task at hand. We are standing before the tomb of the Matriarch. Few are invited to tour its halls, and even fewer know of its greatest secret.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
For any subject, visiting the Matriarch and First Sovereign's resting place is the pinnacle of empty social achievement. But the tomb's corpses are its least important feature. The intelligence my friends risked all to acquire revealed a vault in its lowest level containing the Matriarch's body of work, hidden from the public. Who knows what technologies the Protectorate is withholding? If the Matriarch was the genius she's purported to be, the skip drive cannot be the entirety of her inventions.
So this is going to be a heist, is what you're saying, because I love a good heist.
I hope you're able to maintain that level of enthusiasm after being shot at a few times. Whatever technological advancements may be sequestered here, the goal is almost certainly to keep the populace of Arcadia subservient to the pernicious whims of its governing body. But not for much longer. We are going to liberate any and all of the Matriarch's research, whatever it may be, and distribute it to the people.
Okay. You're taking a huge risk here. What if you're wrong?
The time for considering risk is past. We cannot afford to be timid when battling giants. Besides, now I have 2 Earth Directorate agents to assist me. What could go wrong?
Ooh, a lot. Niles, what do you think of this plan?
I can see a half-dozen points of failure, but bad odds ain't ever stopped us before.
They have not.
Glad we're operating under the same understanding. We're unlikely to have another chance like this. We must follow through now that we've made the opening. Which also means, once inside, we cannot leave until it's done.
All right, where's the rest of your subversive friends? I expected to see Audra here at least.
The Consul is incensed about the death of one of his own. He sent sentinels to hunt Audra down. I tried to help her hide, but they found her anyway. They tortured her for the locations of the other members of our cell. They're all gone now, dead. I alone am left to complete our mission.
Well, that's not the outcome we wanted, is it? I'm sorry.
What the commander said. We thought we were doing the right thing.
I will not pretend it isn't a blow, but what's done is done. There will be time to grieve once the Protectorate is dead and buried.
This whole mission sounds pretty dangerous. Maybe you should stay here.
Slim chance of that. I'll not assign a task to others that I'm unwilling to undertake myself.
Color me surprised.
All right, well, no sense in waiting. Let's do this and try not to die.
After you. Stay close and keep silent. The less attention we draw, the better.
Golden Shroud of the First Sovereign, hand-woven from homespun textiles and energy-absorbent materials. The Golden Shroud projects an aura of opulent indestructibility. It was tailored to fit the First Sovereign's perfect frame and remains redolent of his reassuring musk.
That Sentinel and Docent are gonna put splinters in our plan if they're not dealt with.
You hang back here. The commander and I'll take care of this.
Gladly. I'll rejoin you once the path is clear.
I now present to you my new invention, the Skip Drive, a revolutionary technology that will allow humanity to sojourn to the stars.
Only a singular mind could have conceived of such advanced technology.
It is my deepest wish
Conceived of with only a handful more years.
Visionaries willing to follow me into a mode.
Good name? The security system's been activated. Run!
Do not rush me. Wait, what is that buzzing?
No!
Well done springing the jaws of that trap on the Sentinel. Now to give that Docent similar treatment.
Matriarch, preserve me.
Warning, this panel is for testing automated security functions and should never be activated while guests are near the caskets. These rules may not apply if an extrajudicial execution becomes necessary during a tour.
Places, am I going for this?
The sky was never the limit for she who ushered us to the stars. Pardon our imperfections, the contents of these display cases have been removed for restoration. Rest assured they are appropriately inspiring and demonstrative of the matriarch's unquestionable wisdom and foresight. This Calcadeis, whatever, was used by the first presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant to command the archive. The original was later replaced with a design more symmetrical and pleasing to the paradigm.
Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
Check enemy light just turned on. Taken care of? We can continue. Wait there. I'll come to you.
Matriarch's casket. This casket supposedly holds the remains of the matriarch, but you won't know for sure unless you open it. Hopefully there aren't any extra security measures. You slide the top of the casket aside, anticipating some sort of trap. But the casket opens without issue. Perhaps you were worried for nothing? Yeah, I doubt that.
All handled. My turn. There should be a hidden entrance here.
More ambulation, less aspiration. There. We can access the lower level now.
Who goes? No one is allowed in here without the proper authorization. Ah, I see you have come armed. Intruders, then. I suppose you intend to extract my surrender through means most lurid and foul.
Damn, the head curator. I had hoped to slip in before his shift, but no matter. We cannot allow him to leave and raise the alarm. He must be dispatched, quickly.
How's that now?
Now hold on. I know we had to kill that fella with the Sentinel, but this man's unarmed. He's already surrendered.
Niles is right. We're Earth Directorate agents, and we try not to be cold-blooded murderers, although we fail sometimes.
I rather think that line has some blurry distinction.
It does.
How much of a fuss could this one fella cause, really? Come on, Zeb. No need to cut any bellies over maybes and ifs.
Please, if secrecy's your concern, you may rely upon me to be the utmost spirit of discretion. I have never betrayed a confidence in my life.
Allowing him to leave would be a grave error of mercy, one we can ill afford in this place.
Niles, if you got a stronger case to make, now's the time.
If we start gunning down civilians, where does it end, Zeb? Ain't Arcadia covered in enough blood?
You need me to clear that moral obstruction for you? Fine. This man is an instrument of empire, perpetuating the tyrant's lies. And were our positions reversed, he would not hesitate to execute us, or worse, send us to mental refreshment.
I'm kin to the risks, Zeb.
Are you? Can you even fathom the indignity of having your every thought scrutinized and scored and made perfect? My sister was made into a shadow. I endured daily sessions with the lathe of particularity and still find myself policing my own mind for untoward proclivities and inclinations.
Look, I'm sorry that happened to you, Zeb, but We need to be better than the Protectorate, don't you think?
The commander's right. This man didn't put you in the lave, Zeb. He's just trapped in the system, same as everyone else.
I never have possessed immunity against your pleading. Fine, you're free to leave. Do not repay this kindness with treachery.
You are merciful and wise. I will depart at once.
Let's hope the consequences of this decision do not assert themselves while we're still here. You and Niall should turn off the power to the security barrier and make your way to the vault. I'll remain here and guide you as best I can through the labyrinth. No turning back now.
No going back from here. Not until we've done what we came here to.
Hold! Don't set foot in that room.
Yeah.
The schematics on this console indicate this place is defended by all manner of traps. One moment. Yes. It appears there are N-ray tripwires, invisible to the naked eye, that will electrify the floors if crossed. Move cautiously, and if you have any gadgets that might help, I suggest using them.
No, that's not the right thing. Dispatch to the Earth Protectorate number 231. After wading through a lengthy preamble and other irrelevant text, you locate something of interest within the overwritten document, an excerpt of correspondence between notable figures. To the most esteemed Secretary General of the Earth Directorate. Felicitations on your recent ascendancy to head of the Earth Directorate. I can only assume it was merited by your accomplishments and not, as some have crudely whispered in my ear, nepotism. I trust you have been briefed on our agreement and will continue to uphold it with the same diligence as your predecessor. So long as the Earth Directorate respects our sovereignty, it will remain a valued partner of Arcadia and recipient of its unique bounty. May this missive reach you in strong health and thoughtful reserve, her radiance, and the caretaker of worlds, Matriarch Alexandra Varick. Uh-oh. You have an unhealthy obsession with books and are left exhausted when talking with others. You'll have a permanent bonus to your max health, but talking to anyone will reduce it for a long duration. Plus 20% base health, minus 30% for 2 minutes after talking to anyone. I'm rejecting that.
In spite of substantial efforts to prolong his life, my father's condition continues to deteriorate, both physically and mentally. It has been difficult to observe. His latest effort would see him entombed within an automechanical body. I objected, of course, to my father becoming some chimera of machine and man, but was overruled. Now the Order informs me that, far from being a panacea, this attempt has exacted a toll on my father that is likely to finish what time and disease have already begun. I may soon be sovereign. And if that bears out, I will need to hide all of this. Burn all of my father's research into longevity. Seal his auto-mech body away at the factory. What grief I will inherit. What mess.
Over here, Commander. Reckon I found something that might be useful later.
What'd you find?
Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease and some inadvisable engineering, reckon I can finagle these components into a fine explosive gel. Who knows? Could come in handy.
You've got good instincts, Niles. You should trust them more often.
Just doing my part. But thanks for the vote of confidence, Commander. Let's keep on. I'll continue tinkering on this in the meantime, see what I can come up with.
You've made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. When pulled in the correct order, the door should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. But which switch corresponds to which number? Damn it. Why must the Protectorate abstract everything?
There must be a way to suss out which switch is which. Maybe if we could peep the wiring.
Damn it! They're the automated security forces! Watch out! I just found a logbook that indicates there are N-ray wires installed that may correspond with each switch. Perhaps that'll be useful. The code I originally supplied can still be relied upon. 1, 3, 2.
Hold on, 1, 3, 2. 1. 3. And then 2.
I'm heartened to see you were not overly impeded by this puzzle, but I apologize for my lack of preparedness.
Zeb seem a little off to you, Commander?
A little. I mean, you know better than I do. What do you think?
I think he's starting to worry me. That business with the curator. I'm glad Zeb stood down, but it was close. Never seen him so eager for bloodletting before. He's changed. Ain't sure for the better.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting monsters, sometimes you have to act monstrous yourself, I guess. I don't know.
I'll be damned if I go down the same path as DeVries. Some ideals are worth fighting to keep, even if it means taking the long way round to winning. Well, no use stewing. We've still got a vault to break into and tyrannical government to topple.
Yes, sir. Do we not have to worry about these N-ray things anymore, I assume?
That vault door is quite the obstruction. Fortunately, there should be a code. No. Fuck! They changed it recently. That shouldn't have happened until next week. I'm certain I can diagnose the issue. Now that you've cleared the way, I'll come down and join you.
I might have something else that can get you into that vault, Commander.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Remember those components I found? I was able to turn them into something halfway useful after all. This gel should get us through that vault door. Turns out you were right about trusting my instincts.
Dude, I never doubted you for a second.
You take the honors, Commander. I'll be right behind you.
Nice. hoping for a more subtle incursion, but no matter.
Am I running hot, or was that a hint of worry I heard in your voice back there?
Alas, I neglected to pack a thermometer. This terminal should allow me to retrieve all the information stored here. There's nothing here save the designs for the skip drive. Not even initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the Matriarch invented nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now. I knew the Protectorate festered with lies, but I had no idea the Earth Directorate was complicit. Niles, did you know?
Slow up, Zeb. What are you talking about?
It says your agency struck an agreement with the Matriarch over a century ago. In exchange for skip drives, Arcadia was allowed to completely govern itself with absolutely no outside interference, including from the Earth Directorate.
That would explain the message I found between the Matriarch and the Earth Directorate.
What message? Why didn't you say anything about it sooner?
If this information is true, then the Earth Directorate permitted the Matriarch to create a colony filled with her vassals, enslaved to her will. Everything Arcadia is, all of the suffering that's taken place here, it all could have been avoided. Things could have been different.
I mean, we can still change things. Isn't that why we're here?
There's more. The skip drive schematics are here. How the explosive safeguards against tampering work. Its evolution over time. But no original concepts, no sketches. Nothing. Our dear Matriarch is a fraud. A cheat. She did not invent the skip drive. There are messages here between her and the First Sovereign that all but confirm it. I thought I might find some technological innovation that could be handed to the Protectorate's enemies. But this is almost better.
Yeah, I hope you're not thinking of releasing the skip drive blueprints to the public, dude.
By releasing this information, we can thoroughly crush the image the Protectorate has been built upon. The Sovereign will be revealed as the unclothed emperor he is, and demolish Arcadia's myth of superiority. If we administer truth to the people, their strength will return. Erstwhile, giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will even the fight. Their technological prowess will be made into nothing. Everything will come apart.
I mean, I like this plan, but I think it might have some downsides.
Downsides like how the skip drives are causing rifts? Yeah, I say that's worth a fret. Not to mention how this agreement with the Protectorate will completely destroy the Earth Directorate's reputation.
I was not aware of such a connection between rifts and the skip drives. But I have confidence the Order will figure out a solution. Science is their theater, after all. As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see? This frees them from any obligation to the Protectorate. They'll be able to manufacture skip drives themselves. The deal will be voided.
Ooh, I'm still undecided. What do you think, Niles?
It's worth holding the Earth Directorate's feet to the fire for this deal, but I don't think the entire organization should be judged by its worst decision. It's done a lot of good, too. Plus, making the skip drive tech available, that's like throwing a lit match into a fuel converter. Can't think of a worse idea right now.
Do you think the Protectorate stand around debating the potential for injury? No. They act, and so must we. Damn the consequences.
I don't know. You know what? Fine. Release the skip drive blueprint, but leave the Earth Directorate's name out of it.
Very well. I suppose you've earned your organization some grace.
Still ain't sure about loosening the skip drive designs, but we've got some time there. Until the rift is fixed, no one's going anywhere using one. Not unless they have a death wish. And this way, at least the Earth Directorate's reputation will stay intact too.
Whatever happens next, the Protectorate won't survive it. That's all that matters. Thank you for your assistance in this matter. I had my doubts, but you truly delivered. I'll remain a while longer and make sure to grab everything off the data banks.
Guess this is goodbye.
Only for now. If we both come out of this war intact, I'll find you. If you wish to be found, of course.
I want to talk it over with the commander, but... yeah, maybe we can work something out.
Is there a faster way out of this effing place?
There they are. These are the ruffians who threatened me. Slay them and suffer none of these defilers to live.
Nope, that's not what I wanted.
Handle this. Brass raring to go.
Best refill this thing.
Commander, you're bleeding.
Ready to take this over, Commander. Just say which. Sustain the system.
On what? No goddamn target.
Appreciate a little help, Commander.
What are you talking about, bro? Oh.
Damn it. Zeb was right. Never should have let that curator go. He could have prevented this.
Could have prevented what? They got what they deserved, right? All right. Where's the extra gun one? Oh, what is this? I don't remember which one it was. This one, Commando.
Don't even know where to start with everything that happened in there. Reckon the information about the matriarch and the skip drive will stir up some fervor, but Zeb was right. The people deserve to know the truth. Well, most of it. I'm glad we were able to leave the Earth Director's name off the record.
Me too. People need something to believe in, Niles.
Deep down, I'm still convinced the galaxy is better with the Earth Directorate in it, flawed as it is. But what happened with Arcadia can never be allowed to happen again. Something has to change within the Directorate. And I think we're best positioned to see that reformation through.
Fighting corruption in all its forms, it's what a good agent does, Niles.
Right. Even if the form it takes is that of the agency itself.
Right.
All said, I appreciate you giving me the space to work through this. Sort of feels like the future's opening back up after a long time closed.
Anytime, Niles. I'll always be here for you, bud.
Likewise, Commander.
Okay. Well, let's actually go back to the ship. And then we'll decide what we're doing from there. Let's get this damn rift modulator. Uh-oh. Oh, we're already here. Ah, oops. Silly. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have to figure out how to get there. There's got to be... Oh, actually. I assume if we keep following that road, we should be golden. Sorry, okay.
protect us!
Malefactor ahead.
You have something you want to talk about there, Tristan?
Those fools! Protectorate subjects should know better than to attack a Protectorate arbiter. I had no choice but to judge them as traitors to the Protectorate. Why would they simply open fire? Why wouldn't they attempt to conversate?
Maybe they thought you were the traitor, Tristan. You ever thought of that?
Then they should have reported me to their superiors rather than attempting to exact justice themselves. I shall continue to answer slights of this nature through violence. But hopefully, I shall not need to do this more than a few times.
Target analyzed. Lay down. On their weaknesses.
What the hell were they burning? Oh, I see. Why is this one not shooting at us?
Protectorate personnel, only beyond this point. Leave immediately.
Nah.
If you are not of the Protectorate, you are this unit's enemy. Preparing to unleash disproportionate amounts.
What blazes? Where is everyone? This entryway should be teeming with guards. Ready to dispense!
Attention, IRC staff. Please head inside for an important announcement from the console. Attendance is...
Something is afoot. At least we know where everything.
How the hell am I missing?
Back and scan. Standing by to stupefy.
Standing by to stupefy.
Scopes for combatant analysis. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Torpificator is charged. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Let's look at our gun sitch here real quick. Okay.
Due to an anomalous event, the interstitial hall and exhibition tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype rift anomaly modulator are hereby suspended for the time being. Please direct all further queries and study petitions to the lead researcher's office.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly. For I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors. But I cannot do it alone.
What? That's impossible.
But it is not time for that.
This must be some kind of ploy on the consul's behalf. I don't believe it.
Wonder how long ago the Order predicted this. Assume the presiding bishop's been keen to the possibility for some time.
Arrival and departure logs. Arrival, Solstice, Royal Shuttle, Sun aboard. Departure, Solstice, Royal Shuttle bound for Sovereign ship, Sun not aboard. Arrival, unavowed, Consul private shuttle. Departure, unavowed, Consul private shuttle bound for mental refreshment, Sun on board. Sun aboard. Requisition error? More crates of... Did I just make up a word? More crates of Borstloaf arrived today, assigned for delivery to the Prestige observation site. Sweet. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Third time in as many weeks, and yet we have no visiting luminaries, save the consul, briefly. I cannot imagine he is putting away that much loaf, and certainly not in a single afternoon. This must be a tabulation error. It is certainly worth investigating, to be sure. All right, Tristan, you look like you have something you want to say.
That scum. That miserable scum. To think he would stoop so low as to overthrow the Sovereign. I shall not rest until the consul pays for his treachery and Arcadia's rightful ruler is reinstated.
Seems your beloved protectorate isn't so infallible after all, Tristan.
Do you truly believe this to be a fine time for a snide remark?
No, I guess not. Sorry.
I fear how my fellow subjects will respond to this news. I believe that most will remain loyal to the Sovereign, but I will need to deal with those who strayed.
You know, we'll get it worked out, I promise.
I hope that is true, though I do appreciate the vote of confidence. I sincerely doubt this is the end of my thoughts related to the matter, but we've wasted enough time with my ruminating. Let us be off.
Who's that?
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Mix chemicals based on properties. By combining the correct chemicals, you succeed in making a common protectorate drug. That definitely won't cause internal bleeding once ingested, probably. Pardon us.
Arbiter, I know I do not have leave to access these security files, but I can assure you, my intentions are in service to the Protectorate.
At ease, subject. I've no business with you.
Then, does your arrival have something to do with the commotion I heard just now? Are we under attack by the enemy?
Look, I'm going to be asking the questions here. What were you just doing that's making you so nervous?
Looking for proof. There was an incident recently, and I believe our head of security is neglecting his duty to investigate. So it is my duty to report him.
Of course. Tell me of these security lapses.
Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. Unfortunately, he's a punitive man who delights in the wretchedness of others. I recommend he be replaced until such time as his behavior has received proper scrutiny and subsequent correction.
I remind you that I am in no way beholden to your recommendations, subject. Whether or not your compatriot receives correction is up to my discretion alone.
Oh, of course. Should you require further data points for your assessment, however, I would most dutifully provide them, including my version of the recent incident.
This sounds more personal than a mere workplace disagreement.
Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm.
Oh.
I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment gone wrong. An experiment I was in charge of, naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off that wing of the lab, I can't prove my innocence.
I could help you prove your innocence if you want.
You are in the company of an arbiter, so perhaps you can be trusted. Whatever the cause of the incident, it is my duty as a law-abiding Protectorate subject to gather proof and uncover its cause. Really, Valancourt is forcing my hand here.
Just to be clear, does this mean you're willing to help me get the rift modulator?
Help you with acquisition? Assuredly not. If, however, in your exploration of the lab, you happen upon the modulator, I surely would not be able to prevent you from seizing it. What I am offering is help afterward. Once you take the prototype, it will set off an immediate lockdown. I can facilitate your exit from the facility, but only if you help me in turn. That modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the evidence I need. And if Valancourt suffers repercussions for its loss, I will count that as an added benefit.
Alright, this all sounds pretty risky, but I'm willing to try if you are.
The prototype rift modulator is currently in Interstitial Hall at the top of Exhibition Tower. There's a lift in the next room over that can take you directly there. Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will grant us access to the restricted wing. I'll monitor your progress from here. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But once you have the key card and rift device, reconvene here, and we'll go together to the wing.
Okay, and so once the investigation's complete, you'll help me escape. Is that what you're saying?
That is what we've agreed upon, is it not?
Yeah, I guess so. Do you have any last pieces of advice for me?
Valancourt keeps all of the items he confiscates from the staff in a locked closet in his quarters. There may be something pertaining to the investigation within.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. I'll be back later. Barred shut, okay.
Matriarch's pride. We can't be expected to sleep in these conditions.
Better than bivouac.
hijacking on Cloister. Missing his testament.
Eye your neighbors carefully.
I've eyes on a miscreant.
Torpificator at ready status.
Protect Arcadia!
I have a fix.
Shelter, trust the plan. Refill it. Contact lost.
Let's save this, see what happens here. Was the juice worth the squeeze? I don't know. Maybe.
One rift anomaly modulator, as requested.
Prototyped rift device. The prototype rift device is a mysterious tool built by the Protectorate to study and stabilize rifts. To use, approach and interact with the rift to temporarily stabilize it, revealing objects consumed by the rift. Okay.
Quickly, use the modulator to open the rift. It may provide your only avenue for escape.
What the hell?
To the unsubtle thief. Yes, you with the rift modulator.
Hello.
I've made the intercom available to you. Avail yourself of it. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center, aided and abetted by one of our very own arbiters, no less. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far.
I had some help from one of your researchers, actually. Oh, actually, no. You must be Valancourt. I heard you were a piece of shit.
A crude assessment and utterly untrue. I am perfectly accommodating to non-incompetence. I suspect you did not reach here unaided. So who was it? Which one of my undutiful brain boxes helped sponsor this little pilferage?
Yeah, like I'm going to tell you that, dude. What do I look like, a snitch?
You cannot fault me for trying. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you.
Not if I deal with you first, bro.
Does such bravado normally advance your agenda? So be it. We can forgo civilities. I will await you in the hangar. There, bullets may fly more freely than words.
Fair enough.
There, a misbegotten fool, soon to fall.
Taking fusion reverse.
Target analyzed. Lay down and stun weapon ready, Commander.
Lord of the law is wrong. What's up, that?
A disruptive Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Invasive elements!
Focus on their weaknesses.
Sovereign never seemed especially perturbed. You know what Brutus always says. Follow, friend,
Hostile in proximity.
your heart's reasonable ability.
Miranda would have been 17 today. I can scarce imagine her. My little son. Merely a woman grown. Will she recognize her father, I wonder? After all he has done to bring her back, will she gaze upon him with pride? Happiest of returns, Miranda. I trust this year to be the last one we share apart.
The Sovereign's own quarters. I am in awe. Any detritus you may see is most assuredly part of his great plans.
Oh, here we go. This safe appears locked tight, but there must be some way to open it. Using an old trick, I haven't done that. Quickly tugging on the combination dial causes the safe door to unlock. It's just like the secret hatch in Spratman Feeney's old cell. Not that you know anything about that. The hell am I doing right now? What do we got here? This console appears to control various security apparatus around the lab. An error message on the screen denotes the following. Console activation requires all nearby electrical switches to be powered on. What was that sound? Oh. Daily tasks. Install private security cache. Update electrical and hangar. Double check restrictions on the critical experimentation wing. Additional notes. Order for the new cache came from Valancourt himself. Wanted to ask why, but the chief didn't seem in the mood to field queries. Something he read on his terminal certainly seems to have spoiled his day. Cache can only be opened by enabling the middle power switch alone. Should be easier for the chief to remember. Don't forget to have lunch. A hungry subject is a worse subject. Lockdown contingencies for the Rift Containment Lab have been taken offline. Consequently, IRC automechanical security forces will be unable to gain entry to the lab during the lockdown. Sweet. Good job, team. Even though you didn't do anything and I did all the work. just going in circles at this point. What the fuck are we doing? Escape through the hangar. Laboratory observations. On the nature of rifts. Experiments are ongoing to further determine the nature and complexity of the information stored within the rifts themselves. It has been theorized that people who have been engulfed by rifts cannot be said to be truly perished, as everything about them is instantaneously converted to raw information. However, and this cannot be overemphasized, information stored in the rift is purely abstract data. We have found no evidence that any consciousness survives. Were it otherwise, I cannot imagine a worse fate than to be so deconstructed while retaining any level of awareness. Research update. We are continuing to build upon the research begun at Horizon Point Station and making splendid progress. The Sovereign is pleased, and a happy Sovereign makes for happy work. Still, I cannot help wondering how much farther along we would be now had we taken advantage of the Order's minds before they became corrupted by seditious thoughts. Prior to the schism, I had believed it impractical to exclude the Order in this research, but it was evidently the correct choice given their presiding bishop's perfidy, a loss for science. To Dr. Sophia Hurley, subject off-site experiments. Dr. Hurley, I have found some concerning evidence that further rift experimentation may be taking place off-site. Do you know anything about this? Can we meet to discuss? You once advised me to never ignore aberrant data, so I feel it would be remiss if I did not express my concerns. Respectfully, Junior Researcher Park. To Central Control, subject Valancourt. This message has been deleted by user A. Valancourt. Comments. We have a chain of command for a reason, Dr. Hurley. If you have concerns about my regulatory methods, you may bring them to me, directly next time. And contrary to what you asserted in this pedantic complaint, I do have this lab and its researchers' best interest at heart. Fortunately for us both, wouldn't you agree, Chief Valancourt? I'm just going in circles here.
As of this morning's demonstration, we have finally proven my central thesis. Matter within the rifts is not permanently destroyed. Broken down into pure information. This confirms many of our theories about the rift to an overwhelming degree, including the potential to restore this information, albeit Imperfectly. I expect the Sovereign will be most pleased. I'm scheduled to meet with him later today to discuss my findings more in depth. Note to self, impress upon the Sovereign the risks of this research, lest he insist on attending the next demonstration. I surely cannot rely on Valancourt to do his actual job.
I wish I knew how to get the fuck out of here.
Don't be reluctant to unfold any rifts you come across using the modulator. They may eject something useful to you.
Good decision to disable these machines. You'll slowly find the consequences.
Do you suppose there's been another incident? Like the one with the Sovereign?
No. It seems we may have been intruded upon during the Consul's announcement. I heard it from one of Valancourt's men. An outsider, apparently. Violent.
How ghastly. Well, Valancourt no doubt has it in hand. Perhaps this will take some of his edge off and he'll let us alone after.
A hypothesis that does not hold much water, I fear.
Mine behind.
Combatant scan. Go for torpification.
Relinquishing grenade!
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Incident logs. Mannequins. There was a minor quibble between a few of my bright sparks over how to tog out the mannequins for a recent Destructibles test. Some were obviously offended by the use of order vestments, though they tried to hide it. I resolved the issue by firmly reminding them that the Order is our sworn enemy now. I also warned them that, should I see similar reactions again, I would replace one of the mannequins with a live subject. Ha! That certainly got their attention. Hurley. I was forced to administer another formal reprimand to Dr. Hurley. Firstly, for catching her nosing around outside of the restricted wing again, and the second for the venom she spat at me as I escorted her back to her office. Quite the tongue on that one. I wonder if she would be amenable to dinner, provided I am not forced to dispatch her for insubordination before then. Don't know what the hell I just picked up, but okay.
You have been my family's wise counselor for more years than I have drawn breath, Emery. But that does not grant you the right to challenge my will.
Why, I challenge nothing. I simply offer guidance where I may. I've neither the wish nor the strength to usurp your authority.
I know you have designs on my rift research. What I cannot understand is what
tidy
you
and
intend
organized
to
this
do
all
with it.
is.
What
I
exactly
imagine
are you
Valancourt's
plotting?
dirty
Suspicion
secrets
is
are filed in
unbecoming,
alphabetical order.
And restoring Arcadia to resplendence is my sole aim, as it should be yours. Yet you remain intent to use the rift for the most tenuous of means.
You forget yourself, Consul. Pray, I do not forget all the loyal service you have given me, or you might lose more than just your standing in my affections.
Hey, Doc.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment, if he is not subjected to swift and fitting arbitration first.
Should he ever amass the courage to confront me in the flesh, I shall deal with him as I see fit.
Of course. An arbiter's judgment is always sound.
I also have the keycard you requested. So, can we go investigate that restricted wing now?
Matriarch's blessings on you. Let's not waste time then. I'll lead us to the restricted wing now. Once there, reopen the rift using the modulator, so we can begin searching for clues.
Alright, let's do it.
There's the sorry excuse of interstitial reconfigurating matter that claimed my arm. Let's open the hood, shall we? Rifts reconstitute matter in an imprecise manner, but use your imagination to conjure the original scene. That could lead us to the evidence we need.
Reassembled note. A certain part must be removed from the rift generator prior to today's demonstration for safety reasons. I have enclosed an image of the part in question. Make sure it's done discreetly. I do not want to hear from any of the scientists that you pestered them with questions in the midst of their preparations, Chief Valancourt. This adult mannequin is wearing a necklace engraved with a date and the following inscription: "Forever together under the sun, HV. Not much more can be gained." It seems this uncommonly small mannequin and children's toy were staged as part of this experiment. However, nothing here indicates how the accident happened or who was responsible. This badly damaged rift generator has been reconstituted by your prototype rift device. Okay. Compare the piece you found with the remaining wreckage. As you suspected, the mysterious component discovered amongst Valancourt's confiscated items perfectly slots into the rift generator. I don't have science. It seemed this uncommonly small mannequin. Yeah, we already did that. It seems this another one with the. I don't have science. I don't think there's anything else we could do if we don't have science.
You've discovered something?
Yeah, Valancourt ordered his men to mess with the experiment. This accident was sabotage.
I knew it! I am absolved. And yet, I cannot possibly imagine what would have possessed him to deliberately endanger the Sovereign's life. It's unconscionable. I would characterize Valancourt as many vile and unmentionable things, but a traitor? No. The man cannot defecate without humming a Protectorate anthem.
I think he views himself as a patriot, and he's acting in the Protectorate's best interests.
For all the time I've spent trying to unsnarl Valancourt's mercurial behavior, it seems there was yet more I did not know about him. Did you uncover anything else?
Yeah, a vital part was removed from the rift generator arm. That must have caused the failure.
How did this go unnoticed during final checks? This is surely why the rift destabilized on us. I think I'm beginning to understand exactly what happened here. But if you have any additional points of data, please share them.
Yeah, I don't have enough science knowledge, unfortunately. I'm not that smart, so that's going to actually conclude what I do know.
I think I can formulate my own conclusion from here. Our dear head of security has much to answer for. We need to go and confront Valancourt, now.
Yeah, let's go do that.
I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt needs to die for what he's done. If I distract him, can I count on you to do the rest?
What kind of distraction are we talking about?
The kind that buys you time to do what you need to. If we can find a way to isolate Valancourt from his forces, he will be much easier to deal with.
I mean, it does sound pretty risky. Are you sure he won't, just shoot you?
He wouldn't dare. I've devoted more hours to studying rifts than almost anyone living. And since the Order abandoned us, the Protectorate does not have minds like mine to spare.
Hold on now. The Order hardly abandoned the Protectorate. You Yaysayers attempted to assassinate our presiding bishop. That's not even mentioning your meddling with the rifts.
Nevertheless, we have gotten off topic. Trust me, I know Valancourt. This will work.
If you end up dead, he can tell whatever story he wants about you. You do realize that, right?
The dead do make poor chroniclers. Very well. Much as I would like to be present for the hoisting of Valancourt's petard, there's sense in what you say. Valancourt is unlikely to provide conversation before slipping you a bullet, so I recommend slipping him one first. Be ready to fight and give him no quarter. When it's done, return to me. Erstwhile, I will be doing my ample best not to chew through my nail beds.
Let's look at the weapon sitch here. $52. That one's $59. Oh wait, what's the... Those are short rounds. Okay. So what do I have for short rounds? Got that. Well, I don't have anything better, I guess. And I don't think I can mod on this. Oh.
Enough hiding. You denied me this fight long enough.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
You're hurt, Commander. Steel yourself.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Damn it. Gonna have to bring out the big guns. I don't have any big guns. See you later, nerd.
Have a fix on
completed. Bomb delivery.
Combatant scan.
You have my thanks and my help.
Minimizing it.
I despise delivery. And yet I must.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Tristan's already down again? What a weak-ass dude.
Hastening to cover.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
You have my thanks and my help.
Scoping out a hostile.
Huh.
Let's see what this bum has on him. Damn, I have a shit ton of scrap metal all of a sudden.
Now that you have the rift modulator, any previously inaccessible rift could be worth revisiting. Rifts may contain useful equipment and resources. However, due to the chaotic nature of reconstitution, some creative problem-solving may be required in reaching them.
Yeah, shocker. Right. What do I want?
Commander, can we talk?
Oh, here we go. What's up, Ozza?
Commander, I've been thinking on the fact that so many of my slack-witted brethren believe it reasonable that I've been marked for death. So much so that I've missed the obvious, our communication devices. There is someone who would have tried to contact me to warn me. Someone who wouldn't have been taken in by a faked kill order.
I mean, honestly, that seems unlikely. Every last one of them seems to want to kill you.
Yes, but he's not like most of the fools we've been contending with. You know, I really should have seen the flaw in recruiting suggestible slackwits to our cause. But Severin is different. I knew him from before. Long before the Glorious Dawn. We had a secret code we used to hide things from our parents before... Well, never mind that.
Never mind what? You just can't say something like that and expect me to ignore it. That's just rude.
Very well. Let's just say that he was forbidden to associate with me and leave it at that. Anyway, if he used that code to embed a message to me within a Dawn missive, no one would have even known it was there. I should have been checking our comm devices, damn it. That cell you cleared out in Newton might have one of our devices. Hopefully, it will bring me that much closer to whoever it is I need to kill to put an end to this nonsense.
All right, yeah, sounds like a good idea. Maybe we'll get to it eventually. Why couldn't she say that when we were there? I don't think she was with us, but whatever. It's not the point. I guess I'll bring that creep. Ozza, I'm referring to. Oh, shit. You know what? Should have brought Niles. Tristan with his hammer is pretty terrible. Oh, well.
Observe that spine of scientific excess, Commander.
Oh, God.
Could the Order have ever been trusted with it? Could anyone?
On that note, that is going to conclude part 13. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for part 14, of course.